Jesus returned to the Mount of Olives, but early the next morning he was back again at the temple. A crowd soon gathered, and he sat down and taught them. As he was speaking, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in the act of adultery. They put her in front of the crowd. "Teacher," they said to Jesus, "this woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say?" They were trying to trap him into saying something they could use against him, but Jesus stooped down and wrote in the dust with his finger. For just as Christ appeared to the Jews, to the people that he came to save, they rejected him. The leaders of the Jews rejected him. They wanted to catch him. They wanted to trap him. They were under the rule of the Roman government. And though the law of Moses did say to stone people caught in adultery, which also would mean that they wouldn't just stone this woman, they would also stone the man. They didn't have the man. They just had the woman. So they were trying to get Jesus to not completely obey the law, as well as if Jesus said, yes, stone the woman, then the Roman government would come in, because only the Roman government was allowed to prosecute people for crimes, especially if the punishment was to kill them. A life for a life. Christ, who both knew the law, knew the hearts of the Pharisees, and also knew why the law was given, responds in this way. They were trying to trap him into saying something they could use against him, but Jesus stooped down and wrote in the dust with his finger. Much speculation has been about what Jesus was writing. But the fact remains is this. They kept demanding an answer, so he stood up again and said, "All right, but let the one who has never sinned throw the first stone." Then he stooped down again and wrote in the dust. When the accusers heard this, they slipped away one by one, beginning with the oldest, until only Jesus was left in the middle of the crowd with the woman. Then Jesus stooped up again and said to the woman, "Where are your accusers? Didn't even one of them condemn you?" "No, Lord," she said. And Jesus said, "Neither do I. Go and sin no more." Only Christ has the authority to judge. His Father in heaven gave him that authority, and he does not judge based upon his own determination. He judges based upon the determination of God. Meaning he doesn't just do it because he wants to do it. He does it because it's righteous and holy, just as his Father in heaven is righteous and holy. And God does not require sacrifice. He requires mercy. He did not give us the law to punish us, but to guide us and govern us as we realize that we need mercy. The Pharisees, who believed that they could obey the law as well as make their own laws and become holy and set apart, so much that they were becoming set apart from the own people of God, who were supposed to be the Jews. But Christ knows our heart, and one by one they left because they knew they were wrong. They had sin. They were unrighteous. They were holy. They still didn't believe it, but they knew. And so Christ, who is God, who is holy, and who is the righteous judge, looks at the accused and he says, "Where are your accusers?" And she says, "They're not there." And he says, "Go and sin no more." Christ says the same thing to us now. Our sin condemns us. Our sin accuses us. Our sin tells us we are unworthy. even as this woman who had sinned. Yet Christ says, I forgive you. Now get up and go and sin no more. Be set free. And this is why we say, Jesus Christ loves you.